Yes, you have met. Actually, she was a dragonkin. The one chick. Oh, you mean Joanna? Yes, you did meet her last session. Yes, that is true. I don't think you've seen her dragonkin. Um, I mean, I'd have to check my notes. Yes, Dawnbringer. Dawnbringer. Dawn, like Dawn. Yep, Dawnbringer. Getting all the bad rolls out now. Mhm. I'm just adjusting audio. All right, I think we're good. Apani, say something real quick. Okay, yep, just gotta make sure that everybody's audio is good. Cool. Oh, Lewis, say something. I think you're fine now. Yeah, you're good. Okay. So let's just begin. We're one player short right now, but that is all right. We are missing Sayun, but that'll be fine. All right, cool. Yes. Car, yeah, I think you said something about car earlier. So, yeah, don't worry about it. Well, as a brief recap from the last session, oh yeah, I don't think. Let me check something real quick. I have the music off. I'll cut that back on. Sorry. It's playing for you. It wasn't recording. That was my bad. I think. Wait. Oh no. Well, I'm hearing everyone fine. I just realized something. Audio. It's so weird that this happens with Discord, but like Discord will not always load with OBS, so I have to reconnect the audio track. All right. Someone say something just to make sure.
Something
Hello.
just to make sure.
Okay, it's working. Yeah.
Test.
It is
Yep.
indeed working.
Hmm.
So, in the last session, with a real quick recap here, I know we had a very funny moment earlier before, a little questionnaire moment where we asked people that were arriving some questions about what's happened so far in the adventure, and
I'm glad I missed it. I would
well,
have embarrassed myself.
there were some. We'll say that suggestion to take more notes might be applicable. Or hey, the other thing you can do is always just rewatch the sessions when they come out eventually, as they're starting to now fun.
I did rewatch the first session.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to hear my voice.
Yes.
Oh, I hated my voice. I swear to God.
I hate my
was like,
voice
I'm
as
gonna choke
well. It's
myself to
kind of a
death.
universal.
Yeah, I
Unfortunately.
hated my voice too.
You know what? Once I hear my voice, it's gonna probably get like overblown, like hello.
I almost shot myself in the vocal cords.
Immediately
Yeah.
shooting myself in the head when I hear my voice.
But yes,
Yeah.
But so far, you are on your
Stabbing
second
my eye.
operation in the wonderful land of Lapsus, where there's no problems at all, no socio-political issues at all that are
Whatsoever.
occurring here.
Right.
No victims of racism here.
No, of course not. It's very progressive. There's no issues here.
Oh. First time?
But yes, your operations here began with actually completely unbeknownst to you, a routine little guard duty operation that you all were supposed to be doing, as you had gotten your new kind of special secret base that's somewhere in the soaring ocean, kind of between Marshwall Shelf and the Guild Restitution Port that's on the map where Apani her token is. As you were guarding that area and getting acquainted with some beast frame constructs that you have now known as seeker frame constructs, as some people call them, they proceeded to, or after you proceed to get acquainted with them in the general area around, you were attacked by a strange creature that seemed infected with some type of green slop or sludge that was kind of coming out of its wounds and such, and growths that were expanding across its body. After felling the creature, there was an incident where two people, Emiko and Titus, had been exposed, we'll say, maybe due to negligence slightly, to the substance that this creature had been infected with, causing one to hear mostly just strange erratic whispers of the party and other voices, and the other to, well, hear a bit more and begin hallucinating their brother, who was, let's just say they have a rather touchy relationship with. After an ensuing little conflict happened there, and they were restrained as they almost took down the ship as everyone was flying away.
Hee.
Yes, a little oopsie whoopsie. A little fucky wucky, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah, no worries, I got you.
But after that situation was calmed, the party met back at their base camp to proceed to have a conversation with their main handlers, Fari and Kaya, about what they believe the whole situation happening here. As the constructs in the entire southern region of the Consortium, specifically, as I mark on the map here, specifically kind of this area, have been basically shown on their system to be quite upset. It seems like they've noticed some type of corrupting influence they believe. Well, now it seems like they're confirming is tied to that strange infection seen on that creature and the weird creatures, water chimera-like creatures that were following it. But going on with noticing that and getting information from it, they decided that they would perform a special guild operation to investigate the causes of this strange affliction, which is been confirmed to not be BOS, something else, though there is some tangential relation to paracausal energy. I think it was confirmed by some people, but the connections, again, are somewhat dubious in some areas.
So time travel is what you're saying.
Well, not saying anything yet. But regardless, the party got on their vessel, the Stratosphere, their wonderful guild union vehicle, and headed their way up north to the northern area of Delra, as you can see all their characters kind of huddled around. There they would begin their full investigation, as they proceeded to go to the town of Haiti and ask questions around just the various residents and stuff, have a little bit of a squabble with the guards for a bit, but not too much longer after, I believe, her name's not Maribel. What is her name? Checks notes.
Is it not Marigold?
I thought it starts with M. Massey. Massey Brooks, that's her full name. Yes, after speaking with Massey Brooks, who seemed to be somewhat high up in the Consortium's forge, what do they call it? Embercasters. Who proceeded to kind of get them, luckily, out of any issues with the Consortium guard that was on staff at the time, who was being a little bit, we'll say, presumptuous with certain members of their group. Cough, cough, Titus. Cough.
Yeah. This is
However,
why I hide my horns, guys.
but past that, after getting their way into the town proper, they proceeded to ask around, going to a place called the, I believe it was something gear. The, what was
Metal
the name?
Gear.
Not the Metal Gear. No, that's for later. No,
Copper Gear
the
Liquid.
Rustic Gear. That was what it was called, the Rustic Gear. And meet the bartender, who, ironically, is close to the name of Titus's brother, though a different inflection. Their name is Mel, not Mao, but a dwarven man who seemed to be kind of the main
There he is.
owner of this humble abode, and basically answered most of the questions they had. Seemingly a little bit more, kind of less. We'll say they had less issues, it seemed, with beastkin in general, having a lot of them in their store, in their tavern, and
What
kind
was
of just
the-
like casually talking with the party without much issue. Yes, good.
What was Macy's last name again?
Macy Brooks. I can.
Brooks. Who's Macy Sturley then?
Sturley. I don't know if that was a name. Was it? I don't have Sturley in my notes.
Oh, interesting. Well, I am deaf in my right ear. Continue, sorry.
Also, if you need it, I can put it in the DF stuff there. Oh, I should. So, if you look in DF story discussions, you can see the name for if you want that. Copy that for your notes. What that means is not that she is a commander of 1/3 of the Embercasters. It means she is one out of the 3 commanders of the Embercasters. That's what I meant to say.
Ah, I just poked the fuck out of my eye.
This wasn't information that was necessarily told you immediately, but you could have checked with the guild hall that you had most of your information come from, and they would have told you this. So I feel like it's fine for you to know that. But anyway, after speaking with Mel about some things and getting a lay of the land, as well as some unfortunate situations that happened recently. See, there was a incident involving a rally that happened between a group known as the Altus regime, a kind of prominent political, socio-political kind of group that's been up and coming in the last several years, especially up and kind of on the uptick since the new consortium's, or not new consortium, the new council's kind of appointment with some, we'll say, former guild restitution people, as well as some people that we'll say have some opinions about the staffing demographics of the council.
Very strong opinions.
Yes, opinions. Just very strong opinions. However, during this rally, it seemed that they had kind of provoked a reaction from the local beastkin and fiend populations in the town of Haiti here, and kind of started a fight. Well, several fights around the city, which resulted in the Consortium control guard getting called in to crack down effectively and keep the area a bit more calm, so to speak. So that is why there was an uptick in guard presence, it seemed. However, past that, seems things have, for the most part, calmed down, with Macy kind of taking the reins here. It seems like the main stand-in leader is not present at the moment. Probably like the governor of some kind of mayor is not here at the moment, and she's kind of taking the helm for the time being. But outside of that, you were also given some information about the other extenuating local issues in the area, specifically between the Alto Latel, kind of broadly the Alto Latel in general, and their issues with the Consortium historically over the last 2 centuries or so, but more specifically with the Vale tribe and the Alto Latel, or not Alto, and the Consortium in the area, and the kind of we'll say going to blows between both they've had. The Vale tribe specifically, their kind of tribal land that they were given, we'll say at the beginning of the Consortium's creation and such, has been kind of slowly but surely closed in on and encroached or taken advantage of in many ways, from their land being severed from them, their resources being taken and kind of not being paid for them and such like that, or their people being kind of used for, I think the comment was used for the Consortium's conflicts, kind of in reference to the last, the Great Rising War that happened about 9 or so years ago. So yes, definitely some long-standing issues between these people here, and some kind of commentary around if they could work together, as the people of the settlement of Haiti had experienced a unfortunate economic downturn due to the ending of the war, and most of the industry here being more tailored around the production of metalworking and such like that for, war armaments and things. And with them not receiving any main kind of kickback that other places, we'll say, in the Consortium did, due to reasons, we'll say, they unfortunately got the very bad brunt of the poverty angle there, which is why there is a portion of this settlement that is very impoverished. The one, I think it was near the area you guys went to, and another part of the area that is a lot more, well, what you'd expect to see from kind of stable middle class to upper echelon class in the Consortium. After that little quick brief moment there, and getting some important lore about kind of the status of the guild union in general in the world, and kind of like some history around certain things like the kinship programs and some stuff, little factoids about the previous war in the area, the party made their way to the coast, where they were going to meet with the guild team that was already stationed here, kind of gathering information.
We also got the Valiant Hawks too.
Yes, but that's happened after. We'll get to that.
That was after?
Yeah, she met with the Valiant Hawks.
No, the bartender told us about them, no?
Yes, they did tell you about the Valiant Hawks, but you didn't meet with them until yet. But yes, you were told about specifically the Altus regime kind of rally that happened. One of the things that we're told to you is that the Altus regime attracts a lot of like unofficial militia, and the reason he said it like that was because they're not recognized officially by the Consortium, but they pal around a lot with the Control Guard wing of the Consortium's military, and they have some connections. He basically said it's kind of the reason why he said that they didn't get really punished for some of the things that happened here, despite being the instigators in a lot of it. So he definitely did not give you a reason to think that they were upstanding Lapsians, we'll say.
Mm. Not the best of citizens.
Well, they prefer a more how would I say, a more pure form of Lapsus in their opinion. Yes. I'll let your minds wander on what they mean by that, though I'm sure you'll get more answers today. Outside of that, yes, so after being told about that and everything, you made your way to the coast where you met the group's name being Shatter Nocturne. And you met their leader, a bearfolk woman who, Seiyun, very...
Mountain Mama.
Yes, funnily called Mountain Mama out loud.
Mama.
As she was about she was like 7'7" or 7'8". A very tall, muscular, barefoot woman who took it as we'll say a appreciative thing, despite the assurances of some things. But considering what they had been dealing with from some of the people around, well, she was willing to take the compliment, as it was not made in a bad way, we'll say.
Gotta catch them all. Gotta catch them all. Gotta catch them all. Gotta catch them all.
But you were given a lot of information that they had gathered. First off, that your hunch that all these things had been connected, the strange creature that attacked you with their affliction and such, had seemingly been connected to the reason the constructs, go figure, were acting upset. And they had noticed that there was not only a large upsurge of constructs in the area that were being a lot more aggressive than normally, they were also finding and fighting a lot of abominations, as there seemed to be a crazy high amount of them, which they comment was uncommon for this area, especially with there being so much general activity from other creatures. See, I think this is where Casket, you mentioned manticores. This is where they mentioned they had fought some manticores and some other types of abominations, like Leo Chimeras and stuff. And they did say that they didn't see any weird eyes, which is a correlation to something you noticed on the creatures you fought, the Water Chimera. They had these strange green eyes and foreheads.
They did have those eyes.
But they did mention they did not see anything too off about their eyes, at least, or anything that would be that noticeable.
Yeah.
Again, doesn't mean there isn't anything like that. It just means that they hadn't
didn't
noticed anything when they were fighting them. And they were mainly just dealing with the other situations in the area, as they had already been here kind of dealing with the repercussions of the rally and such, kind of acting as guild stewards here to keep the area a bit more stable. But they were on their way out, and they had just decided to give you all the information. Though they did want to stay, they just felt like there was not much that they could do, considering that they were getting a rather cold shoulder from the Veil tribe, who is, we'll say, very skeptical of outsiders, be they guild or not. And the miners, who were the people that that's where the Valiant came in. I remember now. There was a group of miners and Gilded Forges people that you had heard about. What Mel had described to you when he mentioned the Valiant Hawks, I apologize, I've said this a little bit out of order, but nonetheless, was that the Valiant Hawks, he called them kind of like these, like I said, unofficial militia thugs that were kind of going around, and that they had accepted some of their more downtrodden and people looking for work, had accepted a mining operation with Gilded Forges. Not necessarily up and coming, they've been around, but a very prominent now refinery, metalworking, and fuel company that seems to be prominent in the Consortium. And they have been mining this new type of fuel, a thing that you found later out when you went there to be called some compound 33824. The exact makeup of this compound is
has been kept very secret.
Yes, especially its refining process, though you were later able to confirm what its main primary, well, one of its primary solutions that were used to make it was, which was your wonderful green stuff that I believe you've heard now is they also call the Whisperer's Crust.
Yep.
Or green and black sludge, as some people slangly call
And
it.
I also want to put this out there. The group, the Shadow Guardians, we do not mess with minors. Okay, I just want to put this out there. We do not we do not condone this. We do not mess with. I just want to say this. Just put this out there.
We
Just saying.
we do not like.
as in them digging bitches. We'll fuck with them digging
Yeah,
bitches.
we
but
don't like
not-
we don't like putting minors in danger. We never put minors in danger.
Mountain Mamas. Okay, we yes, Mountain Mamas. Yes.
Mountain Mamas.
Everyone here is mature, all right? You know.
The minors we're referring to are minors with an E, not minors with an O.
Yes.
The
So you
minors
should
that like
clarify.
pickaxes.
Yeah, just putting it out there.
Yes,
just
just to
putting it out
clarify.
there.
Yeah, we don't need a Darkwing moment from.
Shadow Guardian.
I don't know if you've seen that meme from the Transformers movie.
Quick question: what was the name of the fuel compound that they were mining again? You said it very
Compound 33824.
33824. Thank you.
Yes. That's the name of the compound or the fuel, I guess. It's a fuel type, or I guess a fuel.
It's a hell of a fuel, but dangerous as hell.
Hell.
Well, after you were given that
What the
information, you were given a little bit of a show of what mining and refining this stuff seems to do to the environment. You
And to people.
decided to fly your way. Oh yes, and people as well. You decided to fly your way onto, try to find the Veil Tribe, as you were given basically their general location, and hopefully, get some answers as to what exactly is more happening on the ground here with the solution. As unfortunately, much as Mel wanted to tell you more, there was actually not much he could about the solution itself, as the staff or the people that had been hired on usually did not come back and share their experiences if they didn't immediately go to the infirmary or just kind of stay silent on things. The foreman, Harriet, who's kind of been like, they basically refer to as kind of their real mayor because he's the only one that kind of looks out for the workers and stuff in this area. He seems to be kind of, he seems to have been the main one that headed this whole situation here to work with Gilded Forges and kind of get them some work and jobs and money.
Well, he's also not racist. You have to say
He's
specify
a
that.
lot less. He's got issues,
He's less
but
mild.
he's not like
He's not being racist.
Jacob that you met. He's not like Jacob or any of the guards. He mentioned something interesting, and I will repeat it in a moment, but we'll get to it in a second. But yes, after that, you made your way to the Veil Tribe, and the Veil Tribe was, well, less than happy necessarily to speak initially, but after some conversing and such, they proceeded to show you something interesting. What they believe, one, they told you about the Whisperer's Crust, since you all actually seem to care and listen. One, they noticed specifically their leader, Nilissi, the Servalkin Demonkin that you met with the purple tiger striped fur. She had noticed that all of you had a little bit of a knowing look when describing the green stuff that you had encountered, which made her, we'll say, not necessarily trust you, but believe at least when you said that you were going to take what she said truthful. So, knowing that, she proceeded to show you all to kind of the hill cliffside and to a little bit further where their land is, and showed you kind of on the border area between the ridges and the coast, where the mining has obviously been going on. They shouldn't be in that area because that's tribal land territory, but what are you gonna do, Consortium? Anyway, she showed multiple of these decayed areas where the trees and foliage looked rotted and wilted. The smell of old vegetable and fruit that's been sitting out in the sun and rotting, as well as rotten flesh, filling the air over this ridge. It seems that this stuff is pretty bad when extracted from the ground, and she mentioned that it's all across the Consortium, but they do what they can whenever it crops up to kind of purge it from the ecosystem, as there's a...
Why is it in the ground though? Like, damn.
Yes, well, that's a good question. That's a good question indeed. But they don't really know. They did not have an answer as to why it's in the ground, but they believe it to be tied to the entity. Most of their faith is kind of, I guess, tailored around fighting against, which they call the Whisperer.
Right.
An undescribed entity, so to speak, in terms of physicality, at least to you so far, that is known to corrupt their native lands and the lands of other places of Drakkar, and spread its influence through, well, as they say, all things in a corrupting way, for the purposes of destroying the environment and their livelihood. So, not something that they like very much. However, when they try to explain, well, any of this, we'll say, to the people that were mining and such, they seemed less likely to care and simply swayed it away as superstition from the beast people that don't really know what they're talking about. Not very.
At this point, it's not
pressure.
superstition. Can we agree that at this point it's not
Well,
superstition?
It's looking a
No,
little
they
bit
can't.
less like superstition now.
Definitely not superstition at all after what we got through.
Yes. But after that, you decided, you were told that if you wanted to come into the main kind of encampment they have set up here and find out more information, you were going to need to go and help them get someone who, not get someone, but go and bring them back to the tribal encampment. A woman named Joanna Bright, also known as the Dawnbringer, as her title is. She is a dragon, a ruby-scaled drakeshore. Who is the other chieftain of the Vale Alto tribe, who has seemingly gone to converse with the workers and the Gilded Forges people at one of their dig sites. As they've kind of ran away from most of the places that they find them at, she seems to have tracked their main location and was trying to speak with them to please leave their land because they are negatively affecting the ecosystem there. Well, on your way there, or not on your way there, as you traveled your way there, you saw more of the dug-up devastation that was caused here, and this strange green and black plume of smoke that was flooding into the sky above, which kind of made it easier to track, especially in the air where you were going. That smell of lingering rotten death kind of permeating throughout. When you eventually found where the Gilded Forges people and Joanna's Alto Litel were kind of like near each other, you could see there was a disagreement happening where they had armored knights. I don't believe you know the exact type of them that you could ask, but some armored knights seemed of a different build than the conglomerate ones you were used to fighting, aiming at these Alto Litel who were, well, obviously they had to confront them and basically telling them to leave or that they would open fire. With Joanna, the dragon, kind of like in front of them and trying to speak with two individuals that seemed to be more knowing of what was happening in the situation. Upon landing, Titus and the other person he was with, I believe her name was Allure, Angel Tiger, had proceeded to try to tell them to stand down as the situation would not look favorable to them. At first they weren't, one of them, Jacob, quite the colorful worded individual, we'll say.
Wait, who was Alora again?
Allure is the daughter of Nasili.
Daughter of who?
Nasili. She is a lizardkin and maybe mixed with some other stuff. She has fur and scales, we'll say. She has a giant, she has a lizard-like tail with a fur kind of trim going from the back of her neck all the way down to the tip of her tail.
What is her name again?
Allure Angel Tiger. If you need her name, it is in the DF story discussions above the picture of Reinhardt that was posted there.
Nilfie Gale and Alicia. Yeah. Alicia Gale. Okay.
Yes, Alicia Gale.
Who's Irvanel Embervein?
Ignore that name.
All right.
That's just that's another one of their children.
May I ask, Dragon, what does this Jacob look like?
What does Jacob look like? He is a rather average-sized human. Like when I say that like how should I put it? Apani is obviously a lot taller of a human than normal.
Am I taller than him?
How tall are you again? You're like almost as tall as Apani, right?
6'1"?
Yeah, you're about 2 inches taller than he is. He's about 5'11",
Okay.
5'10", give or take. About average size height for human.
That's 6'1", not counting my plus my horns.
Okay, without your horns, yeah, he's about a few inches shorter than you. Slightly light skin with a little bit of a tint just because he's been out in the sun, but light skin. He's got kind of brown hair with a little bit of like kind of blonde tips to it. Maybe some like dye he wears or something, or maybe he's like got his hair dyed brown or something. And his eyes are green. And he seems to be average build human. He's not weak. Like, he looks like he definitely fits the bill of like a merc or someone that has probably seen like a little bit of combat or a little bit of like fighting training, but nothing probably comparable to most of you.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
But outside of that, he's a rather, outside of like I guess the weapons he carries, he would be wearing a kind of like maroon or I guess reddish colored fitted studded leather and kind of fitted armor to him. It would cover most of his upper body, though he would have his sleeves kind of cut, so it would be short sleeved, and he'd have a kind of waist flaws that would go around his knees.
Okay.
Yeah, it seems like it's a mix between like armor and worker stuff. He's got some metal like shoulder pads on as well, probably like a little bit extra reinforcement. You think based on the way it's built, it'd probably be more like a medium armor type feel. Which in contrast, you have kind of the short-haired, or I should say he had like medium length hair. But then you have Harriet, who's a little bit of an older human man, short hair. He looks a lot more, we'll say he looks a lot more like worked than Jacob does. He looked a lot like someone that works with their hands. You could see like slight burn marks on some of his fingers, probably from like mining and refining and stuff, like working with heat. He's in contrast to ironically, in contrast to Jacob, he's got a little bit of a dad bod with a little bit of a rounder kind of torso and belly, but not like weak by any stretch of the imagination. In fact, his arms are probably significantly bigger than Jacob's. Like, he looks like he does a lot of work. And he looked very sickly, which was something that was pointed out by you all. That he looked very ill, despite kind of like sweating off a cold almost.
It says foreman, right?
Yes, the foreman. Yeah. His name was Harriet.
And
yes,
I gave him a potion.
You did give him a potion.
That didn't work.
Yes.
That made it worse.
Well, it didn't make it worse, but it definitely didn't work. Another thing.
It accelerated the process.
He started screaming.
If that meant some milk.
But yes, after meeting these two and kind of having a conversation with them, Jacob decided to basically flip off Titus and the rest of you and leave, saying that Harriet would telling Harriet to take care of it after he basically told off Harriet for even kind of entertaining these monsters, as he called most of you.
When he talks, he looks like the nerd emoji whenever he talks. I just realized.
But yes, after Jacob was there was a lot more productiveness to the conversation, especially with Joanna not calling Jacob and the others meat.
Yeah, it didn't help.
To be fair, she was provoked. She did not say it. She did not come out of the gate swinging with the meat comments. But
yeah, she came out there.
They did bubble to the surface after repeated comments about her and some of the others here being monsters or degenerates and such.
A bubble to her surface.
The fuck you say?
Wait, what?
I was trying so hard to ignore that.
Anyway, sorry. It's a long recap, but I'm sure it's worth it.
It's all right.
It's mainly for some of us who needed some of the notes or like a big refresher, because it's been about a week or so since we last, or 2 weeks or so since we last had a recording or a session.
Yes, sir.
But yes, after that happened and Harriet proceeded to speak with Joanna and you all, there was definitely some indication of some history between Joanna and Harriet. Not really like specific personal stuff was said, just there was indication that these two had a shared history, at least between the last 10 or so years, or last decade or so. With Harriet making a slight remark after coughing up some blood, which Himiko did notice, and that's what had her give him the potion. Basically saying that despite their situation, they're doing the best that they can, and that he basically said that, well, we took this job because it's not like these people can ask for help from the Alto, considering the history and such with the Consortium and specifically their settlement with the Veil Tribe. Not to mention that he mentioned there was some elements, he didn't say exactly why, but there were some, I think he called them Alto separatist types in their midst. He said, I know that there's some Alto separatists in your midst, so don't act like it's just coming from one side here. Though he did apologize after saying it, realizing he might have stepped a little bit out of line or been a little bit ruder in the way he meant for that to come out. But suffice to say, it was very clear that there is some difficulties between these two groups of people, with the Lapsians not really, either through guilt or otherwise maybe disdain. It doesn't, you're not really sure, but maybe a mixture of the two. Not asking for help from the Alto, and from what you could tell from the Alto so far, that you haven't really fully talked with them as much, they seem less than hesitant to help. Though, notably, I specifically was Titus, I believe, picked up on this, as the other, who was not Armvel, Allure mentioned, Nasili mentioned that that they would help if they were asked by the people to help. Or that was a side comment that she had said. Though Nasili seemed resistant, she didn't say no. It was just something that you overheard as you guys were leaving initially. But yes, after all of that, Joanna decided to pull back for the time being and give them basically till the end of, I think it was basically tomorrow, to try to pack their stuff up and make their way out. As she understands the situation, but they do need them to leave if they're going to keep doing this, because it is disrupting it is damaging the ecosystem, and it's going to hurt their people. Which Harriet did reply that he would do what he can to make sure that they fulfill that request. Now, accelerating a little bit, it's been about an hour since then. It's getting towards the evening now. You guys are back at the Veil Tribe. Joanna has made her way into the main encampment. You are meeting with the, you're meeting with the different Alto people you can see. Most of them wear armor and attire that is kind of mixed together. Like, it looks like it's a mix, like their regular clothing kind of is like stuff they would wear if they were going out hunting or fishing, scavenging, or doing whatever, right? It's a lot of like multi-purpose clothes. A lot of another thing you notice is there's a lot of like unisex clothes as well, and just clothing that people just wear because it seems like they like it or it fits their body or they just prefer that. You can see there are certain more masculine types of individuals here. A lot of beastkin, obviously, though you did notice there are a few what looks to be half elves and some other half mixed breeds. They're kind of around, though obviously mostly beastkin. But yes, they where was I going with that first payment? Well, I had an actual brain fart. I was like, where was I going with that first statement? You know what? Never mind. It'll probably come up at some point. But anyway, yes, you are all now in the Veil Tribe's kind of encampment. I should note this is very much a makeshift encampment. I'm trying to think of how the word would be, but like this encampment has been made recently. This is not like a well-built, refined, established place. This is like a side camp that they have probably made due to the recent happenings here, probably within the last like few weeks. So you notice a lot of big tents. Yeah, a more temporary establishment. There's like a watchtower that seems like it's been recently fashioned together using salvaged metal and wood and such. Oh, I remember. I remember what I was going to say. The whole thing about the clothing and such. Yes. specifically, you don't see, or you see people wearing just different types of attire that obviously fits the Alta Latel, but it's not like you would see people wearing like shaman field dresses is what they call them. So they have like long kind of flowing parts of them, even on like masked centered people and stuff like that. No one seems to bat an eye or mind. It just seems to be like like regular. And you notice that people have different kind of attachments, bone necklaces or circlets and stuff they wear, salvaged metal like shoulder pads and things like that. People have like little different things to make their themselves feel look a bit different, or look not necessarily different, just fit them a bit more, you notice.
Fancy.
But yes, and most of the clothing here is also made out of different furs and pelts and such, so it's not like cloth and cotton like you'd see in like Lapsus. It's more, or not Lapsus, the Consortium. It's more of like a salvage look.
Okay.
But yes, as you all are now, you will be basically ushered into kind of the area in the back towards the back of the encampment where Joanna would be waiting. She's probably still in her dragon form, and she seems to be speaking with Nasili about something, and Allure, who is walking with you, kind of like leading you this way, is kind of like pointing out different things like, this is the scavenging area we have set up over here. This is the, this is where we have some of the fishers that go over here. They're making some different armor and attire as well, just in case certain things happen. People need things replaced. And that's where we're also starting to, that's where we're preparing some of the, and she stops herself, working on technology stuff over there. And she continues on. It's like, but back here is where the chieftains and such want to speak with you. So, you can just follow me here, and she'll motion. Oh. Hello? I DC. Give it a moment. Oh wow, I'm like actually fully DC'd. Hello?
Oh,
Alright, I'm back now. What happened?
I see.
Dragon.
You don't understand how funny that was.
What happened on your ends?
He's like, oh, I definitely doo-doo.
So, Dragon, can I see like through where they said that they're doing their technological stuff?
Yes, you can. What it looks like, so something you notice about this area, there is, when she points off to it, there's a lot more bigger tents with thicker, like, pelts and stuff that kind of, like, wrap around it. And it's all, like, covered. It's, like, very obscured. You can see there's guards posted up, like, outside the tent as well.
Can I make out anything like, any, like, loose, like...
Yeah, roll me an inspection.
Inspection, okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, we'll do awareness. I'll let you do awareness.
Awareness?
Yes. I don't know if it's higher for you or not, but yes, you look on it over there. You can kind of see maybe something in between where like the guards are standing, or like as cloth is moved as someone walks out.
Yes. Rolling.
All right. So, even with the 13, it's there. So I'd say this. You can see them kind of like grabbing some like different types of like salvage material. You see like metal and stuff. They have like these huge crates of stuff, and two of them carry it in, and then they leave, and they have like obviously nothing there. You can see some people like grinding some metal and bringing it over. But there's just a glint of something in a moment in the kind of firelight. Like I said, it's getting towards evening, so the sun is starting to set a bit. But you can see a glint of light kind of shimmer off of something inside. And you think you see, like, a foot of, like, an armored knight or something.
How big, exactly?
About the same size as one of your units, so regular size. Though you notice there's, like, kind of clawed feet. Like, there's just a glint, probably because of the way the light goes. You can tell the color's different. And you can see, like, claw, like 3 claws, like on the front toe, but then it's like gone for a moment after like the cloth comes back.
Oh, so they have their own mechs, huh?
Are you saying that out loud or just kind of thinking about that?
Muttering to like my group,
Okay.
like anyone close to me.
Which is probably me.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They got some mechs around here, Titus.
Good to know.
Not just the miners.
Did I roll an awareness just to like scan everything while we're walking and talking?
Yeah, feel free.
Okay. Did it do it? Oh, there it is. Oh, a 12. Wow. Great. Thanks.
Yeah, at least it's not
About the
beginning.
same thing. You can see like the scavengers and stuff around them working on stuff. Nothing much extra.
Yeah, see what I mean? So they're like planning something, I guess.
Oh, Apani, you sound a bit robotic.
Oh, wait, can you hear me better now?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Can I roll an awareness as well?
Yep.
Awareness. Okay. Also, I forgot. Didn't the Joanna say like we have to go? Me and the Titus have to go.
Yes, that's why you're
do
meeting them.
something.
That's why you're about to meet with them. That's or why you're getting taken.
I rolled a 16. I don't know if that helped a bit more.
Is that with your pluses as well?
Yep, a plus
cool.
4.
Oh, I didn't even think about my pluses.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Probably a good thing to add.
Yeah. It's a 16 with my pluses.
Okay. For the most part, you see the same thing, though I will say, maybe you two notice a bit more. You see them take out a core from some type of chassis. You're not sure what it was from, but they take out some type of like mechanical core, and they walk over and they leap on something, and you can see them setting it in something. And there's like flashes
Can I tell what
inside.
the core looks like?
Roll me a knowledge engineering. Roll me a knowledge engineering, both of you.
Okay.
So mention that to my character if you want.
Not that bad.
Yeah.
I will.
Okay.
8.
Give me a second. I found out what my plus is.
Yep, that's
knowledge.
fine. And I assume you're talking not super loud, as so the Allura can't hear you, or Allura can't hear you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Making sure.
Yeah. We're all talking like hush hush.
Very hush.
Oh wait, don't we like sort of have telepathy with no?
What'd you
With our
get?
comm links?
Well, you still have to speak with your
rolled
colleagues, so.
Yeah.
But would you roll an 8? Ooh.
Oh.
Which, with your plus Titus, do you only have a 7?
Yeah, I have 7. My plus is only an 8.
I would say you're both
a
not
1.
sure exactly. Maybe just because you need a further, like a bit more of a better look, as opposed to just kind of a glimpse behind a 10.
Yeah.
Feels like you just need a little bit more.
Yeah.
I'd say even with an 8, you know it's not like the core size of like something like casket. It's bigger than like what would fit in casket's chassis.
Oh.
But that's about all you'd know.
Okay. Does Pani and the Titus like tell me this? Oh no, tell Miko that?
I think whisper it too as we're walking.
Yeah, I just say I can't tell what the hell that is, but we put something in there.
As far as you can tell as well with your passives, you don't notice Allure, like there's no indication, at least from what you can tell, that Allure hears what you guys are talking about. So yeah.
So a core, you said.
Guys, keep your head on swivel just in case anything goes crazy.
Oh. If it does go crazy, then I'll be in the thick of it. Don't you worry.
Most likely will.
So
I go up to Allura.
No, never mind.
It's kind of like
She's like, yes, we're almost at the chieftain's.
Pretending to pay attention.
Yeah.
All she says is, she's like, yes, we're almost at the chieftain area. One moment, please wait.
Great.
So, what's over there anyway? I thought she says to Allura. Imiko.
What's over where?
Imiko. The place where you're taking us. What's
Oh,
that?
it's just the
What's in it?
chieftains over there. They have shamans there that's going to look at you and Titus over there. Is that how you say your name?
Yes, sir.
She nods.
Hmm. You best not be
Right.
poking our
Right.
brains like physically though. God damn.
Don't worry, we're not going to try to hurt you, any of you.
Yeah,
Dragon, you
even
said
like,
they had 2 chieftains, right?
Yes, Joanna and Isili.
Which one are we being taken to? Do we
Both.
know which one we're being taken to
You're
at the
being
moment?
taken to both.
Is it both?
Yes, they're both
Yeah,
going to be.
okay,
Oh.
right. I think it's
You
Oh,
were
they're
told
both,
it's going
yeah.
to be both. Yes.
Okay.
So, who's the second chief? What was your name again?
You mean my mother, Isili?
Oh, didn't know that. What's your
Yes.
name?
She looks at you, Alora.
Imco like tilts her head a bit. What?
Alora.
Allure?
Yes.
Allure. Okay.
Like
Didn't know.
Alora, but not the same spelling as Alora.
I see. Okay. Just saying.
Some people call me, I believe, in the Lapsian tongue, L for short.
L. Unfortunate.
Ooh. Smart one. This one is pretty smart.
Hmm. Mm-hmm.
Detective level smart.
She just nods.
Very nice. So, what does your mother do besides being a, well, chieftain, though?
Well, she does, well, I guess outside of her normal chieftain duties. She kind of thinks. Well, she likes to spend most of her time surveying the area around. She likes to go hunting and such. She's a big fan of, well, more physical wrestling, I'd say.
My kind of woman.
Outside of that, she does like as well to craft different types of things. She kind of like flashes a necklace. She'll like reach into her shirt and take out a necklace that's, well, take further out her necklace. You can see this very, it looked a lot shorter, but like now she pulls it out, it's like goes down to like her lower abdomen. This long kind of necklace of different metal contraptions and bones that kind of stick out. Like it looks like the teeth of a shave gator. Are like kind of attached to this necklace. She's like, she made this for me.
Is that so?
Yeah, she's made many of the adornments for many of our kin here. I know she can seem quite despondent.
Intimidating.
Yes, intimidating.
Intimidating.
But
Yes.
you have to understand, for people like her, a new time is hard to approach, I guess. Miss
well.
Lady, what is it? She kind of thinks so. You can see like she's searching for the words. She's like, Lady Hook says that sometimes older generations will have a difficulty getting an understanding of times that can change, or the potential that times can change. So it's
Well,
a learning process.
That's
Well,
understandable. My elders aren't quite fond of change sometimes as well.
yeah.
Also, it's a beautiful necklace.
Thank you. She
Yeah.
kind of like nods. There, you can see there's like a smile on her face. Thank you.
Either way,
Sure.
you either swim with it or you just like get rolled over it. Either way. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Casket, I have a question. Never mind.
Yeah?
Never mind. I'll ask you later.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
But yes,
Certainly.
she just nods, and yep, she will say, "All right, we're here," and she'll. You can see her in front of some like wood and like metal like plated not guardrails, like a wooden metal plated wall that's been obviously put here recently, and a gate, and she kind of like puts her. You can see she puts her claw to the gate, and then there's like, you notice it just. It's almost like it blends in perfectly. In the wood, there's like a carved, almost like plate, like special plate of metal that you see there. And then there's like a flash of light, and the gate begins to open.
Wow.
Wow, advanced.
She's like, it's not that much. It's honestly a lot more rudimentary than it should be. I mean,
Oh,
we don't
Really
exactly
now?
have the same technology as our ancestors, as they were said to have.
oh, really?
Pretty much
Do
everything
tell.
you see here is salvage and scavenge from what we could find.
Including the technology you showed us back there. Imiko's like swinging the head behind her.
She nods.
Mm,
Yes.
very
Many
nice.
Lapsians, well, for a while, many Lapsians believed us to be more simple, I guess. Though I
More
don't.
savage. Huh?
Yes. Though I don't
Yeah.
necessarily blame them for the misplaced understanding. We could have done maybe more. But,
Yeah. Well, fuck them anyway.
well,
All right.
there still are. I mean, I'd like to think there still are people. I think. You can see she's kind of like, as she says that, she kind of looks off into the distance and she says that.
Yeah. Imiko just rolls her eyes. Well, there are probably a few people there. That's good, but they're overshadowed by the bad. You know how it is. Gotta find them.
Lydia Hook says that there's a lot of bad, but she said that there's a lot of good nowadays. I'd like to believe her over my mother, but
Well, we'll see about that. Okay. Never you worry.
she nods. And as she nods, you all can walk in. And what you see, Joanna is kind of like sitting crouched down. She's in dragon loaf mode. She's just kind of sitting there with her arms crossed. You can see there's a couple of
Dragon loaf.
shamans. Yes, the dragon
Said
loaf.
she's in dragon mode.
Dragon loaf.
Dragon loaf.
Like a cat loaf, but this time she is a dragon. She's in dragon loaf mode, and she's just kind of sitting there with her claws sitting into the ground right now. You can see there's a couple of shamans that she talks to, and she's like, there they are. Now then, please go and assist them over there. Don't worry, they're not taking you for anywhere in particular. They can do what they need to do here. And she will
I do trust the dragon loaf.
She will motion for you, Imiko, and Titus to basically walk over to the side, so you can like hear the conversation.
I do that.
But the shamans will look over you. You can see there's a servalkin, a lupin, and a lizardkin that kind of walk over, and one of them kind of like you can see they set something alight in their hand. There's like this kind of jug, or I wouldn't say like jug, like a vase of something, or a bowl of something. This change kind of powder.
Can I observe this closer?
Yeah, you can. As you see them kind of like strike something and then they light it and they hold it, like put it like in between both of you.
Oh.
And
What kind of dragon?
she
What
kind
is
of,
this?
Joanna kind of looks over. Do not worry, you will feel a bit tingly, but it is merely the incense burning through what is, we'll say, attached to you. They just need to make
I'll just
How much something at least?
Well, after about like a few minutes, both of you just feel a little bit more relaxed. Your muscles kind of like loosen, kind of like lay back or just kind of sit back, and it's just you're not cognitively like losing yourself or anything. It's just you just feel like a lot more calm. And very, very like unimpeded, I guess you'd say. And Joanna kind of, as she's looking at that, she's like, good, it seems like it's taking root. Now, she kind of motions to the Lupin. The Lupin kind of walks over. He will walk over, and he starts kind of, he basically walks over and starts painting a circle around both of you.
What is this?
From what the rest of you
watch
see,
while he does it.
he's just like painting a circle around. He sits down.
What?
And you can
What
see
is this? What?
he and the lizard can begin chanting something.
Uh-oh.
Does anyone here speak Alto?
Alto.
Yes.
I
imagine not, but Gwendolyn, you speak Alto?
What would my list of languages be? Just on my main front?
Can I
first?
like
Yep.
Probably.
try to-
No. I cannot.
No, I don't speak Alto.
Okay.
Can I
I
like
speak soprano.
Yeah. So can I like try to decipher it like somehow?
Sure. Just roll me like a cognition. Just check like a straight
Cognition.
cognition check. So as they begin
Straight
chanting
cognition.
different words.
Ooh. Alright, hold on.
But for the rest of
I
you,
didn't say.
you basically hear them chanting something. This language you would have probably heard every now and again, like as you were walking, like they were speaking alto around you. But this language you hear again, and it sounds like kind of a rhythmic kind of flow almost to it as they kind of begin to sing, and then you can see both of them kind of sway back and forth as they speak this.
Oh wow.
There is a couple of things that you hear, that everyone hears, like that's in common in the sense of like you can tell what they're saying. Whisper, you hear the word ward, cleanse, but outside of that, it's kind of hard to parse. What'd you get, Emiko?
Can I do like a soul sensing to see what's going on?
You can.
magically? Okay.
Oh damn! I wouldn't.
Emiko, you're only able to get about what they were with those words. With what you rolled there in 11. Yeah, so that's the rest you hear. However, what you, Emiko, and Titus hear is the sound of those whispers again.
Uh-oh.
Oh great.
Nice.
Briefly, like trickles
I'm gonna
of
kill
rain.
myself.
Wow, yeah, not sensing much. You yourself, Titus, though you are still hearing
I'll
this.
just say I'm too relaxed.
Yeah,
I got a dirty 20 on that soul
a
sense.
dirty 20.
Cool.
I'll describe
you
what you
never
see in a
heard.
moment, Casket. But yes, as they're swaying back and forth, it's almost like their forms begin to kind of like blur together. Not in the sense of like they're this like in the same body or whatever, but like it's almost like this darkened form swaying together back and forth in front of your eyes. And then as that happens, you hear this whispering, and you feel it's like out of the corners of your eyes, you feel something like almost squirm. You kind of like twitch your eyes a bit.
Oh,
Ooh, hey, whoa, what's behind my eye?
what the hell is this?
And then it's like for a moment, it's like you just rub your eyes. And as you rub your eyes, you start like kind of tearing up a bit. And somebody, because the litter can loop it. Right, so the Servalkin kind of walks under both of you and kind of like grabs something from both of from basically what fell, your tears that fell beneath. And then they kind of cup something over it, and then they kind of walk away and set it down somewhere else for the time being, for a moment.
Oh.
As they
What
do
was that?
this, the whispers start. The sound of them at first is kind of like really loud and kind of grating, and then it just slowly subsides the more like your tears drip down.
Can I like decipher the whisper?
Crying the demons out.
I would say that it almost sounds like it's like incomprehensible in the sense that it's just random voices and words, kind of like what you heard last time. Though it's very insistent that whatever it is does not seem like happy. It seems angry. Whatever it is, it's like aggressive. You get the vibe of.
Yeah. Oh.
Casket.
Like,
oh, go ahead, sir.
Yes.
Not that.
Casket. You see something interesting as you're looking at their forms here. You kind of see the waft of like energy, going around them. Titus a bit more so, just because he has more latent spirit energy than Emiko does. But there's like when they start kind of rubbing their eyes and you can see them crying a bit. There's like you just see it faintly for a moment. This like green puff of energy kind of like expels out from like. It's almost like a fog, like if you've ever seen someone that like takes a big, big deep breath, when they're smoking something, and they like blow it out of their nose, and it kind of like expels out that way. It like expels out their nose and out of their ears and out of their eyes, and it just like sucks together into that cup that you see them clamp over. That the person comes over.
Oh God, that hurts. That fucking hurts.
Emiko, you guys feel fine. Like again, outside of the irritation in your eyes and something like kind of squirming, like irritating your eyes, nothing too like you don't feel in pain or anything. It's just kind of irritating.
Yeah, he doesn't like it.
Yeah, it is like a bit uncomfortable, but like as soon as that happens and your eyes are a little bit watery now, you still feel like calm and a lot more relaxed.
Ugh.
So in common, or not in common, it's in alto, but there is something that kind of you two can recognize. The others don't understand it, but you two can hear the reciting of something that says, like showers of rain. Or I gotta find it. Let me make sure. Yes, like showers of rain. We bid this corruption. We bid this corruption. Where is it? We bid this corruption. Oh, like showers of rain. We bid this corruption to fall. Like our ancestors before us, we root out the whispers and its encroaching influence.
Could I try using soul sensing on the like things that they took out of us? It'd be a completely different thing that I'm sensing. So
it is. I'm gonna say you're gonna wait for a moment though. But go ahead, Pepper.
Yeah.
Could I attempt the same thing too?
If you want to attempt the same thing too, okay. I'll let you guys do that in a moment. Casket, or I guess the others. So they kind of like they're you notice it's almost like it was almost kind of like you weren't really paying attention, but you notice that they're kind of like swaying back and forth as well. Imiko and Titus, yes.
Really?
But you guys don't feel it. It feels like you're just kind of standing still, but they're kind of swaying back and forth. And
are we standing too, or are we?
You're sitting down like on a log right now. I'd say you're sitting like laying back on something.
Okay.
So it's just like your torso's going back and forth, kind of like rocking back to side, not violently or anything, just kind of like a slight back and forth with the thing.
Like in the same way they're doing.
Yep, and then as the chanting you can see like the chanting seems to kind of reach a crescendo for a moment. You can hear them clap twice, and in that moment, the other one you can see has pulled something out. This kind of like large kind of spear, or not spear, would be, well, it could be. I guess, well, for this case, you see them pull out this large spear. They spin it around towards the two, like, cupped, kind of canisters, and they just smash them both.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And Casket, what you see is that kind of, like, you... Actually, yeah, because you're soul sensing, so you would probably hear it, too. There's just, like, a... And it disappears.
Like a shriek.
Yes, a shrill shriek for just a moment as it snaps down, and then you don't feel that presence there anymore. At all.
So they put it in a jar, and then they smashed the jar, and it just...
It seems like they had to maybe try to contain it for a moment. Like, probably contain this essence of it, and probably smash it, you feel.
You should probably do that. Shit.
Did they smash it into some specific place? Like,
They just set it to the side of them. It didn't seem like they put it in like a special ritual circle or anything. It looks like whatever they did might have, you can glean, kind of expelled whatever was attached to them out. They grabbed it, whatever was in this, like in a holder of some kind, and once it was there, and they were able to kind of like sever that connection with those claps, maybe you think, that's when they could just smash it and kill it, whatever it was.
yeah. Okay, so once it was detached from the people, it was...
Yes.
Okay.
And you can see, and Ness, now both of you, please roll me your soul sensing, because you might hear this as well as you're kind of coming out. Well,
okay,
Imiko, you don't sense it. Kind of makes sense, though. You're a little spiritually aware. But Titus, you do sense that kind of like, after that brief moment, you hear that shrill shriek, and you kind of like, your eyes like snap to it, like, looks to the side, seeing where it was.
I am pretty close at the moment, right?
Yes, you guys are, most of your party is basically standing kind of a little bit to the side of them, like looking. Joanna and the others would have said something, but they noticed everyone was watching, and they kind of just like stayed silent to see what all of you would do. So they haven't said anything.
And I hear the shrieking. I'm gonna back up a little.
Joanna kind of looks over at you, and there's a, so you heard it as well.
Yes.
Looking at you, Casket.
What do you mean? Yeah.
That was it.
Imco like looks at like,
That was
What
the
trick?
That was the whispers.
That's what was in us.
Yes.
Huh. Well, that was a trip, I guess.
So
Though I
after
find
that,
it
it's
quite
like
odd.
completely gone.
When did you all become afflicted, if you don't mind my asking?
About a
One
week
sec.
ago, right?
Yep. About a
Had to
week
move
ago,
something.
yeah.
Go ahead, though.
About a week ago, yeah, wasn't it?
Yeah, about
About a
5
week
days or
ago.
so. Yeah. About a week ago. Yes.
Yeah.
She
Like
thinks.
my hand threw a monster infected with it. Yeah.
Quite interesting.
Mm.
In some
Yep.
ways, I'm surprised that you all are still as mentally sound as you are. But I'm also surprised in
Oh.
equal measure that the affliction. What did you do to get this affliction?
I touched it.
I just touched it too.
Merely a
I just only heard whispers. Yep. Meanwhile, my friend here, my buddy over here, saw a lot of stuff and almost made us crash. I gave him a look.
Hallucinated, and I guess I was in some sort of a dream state. But my body was reacting.
Yes.
As it.
Oh yeah.
Steely kind of speaks. That is to be expected. There's no telling what types of hallucinations one might find themselves in when the whispers are involved.
Oh, there's different effects.
So it's common.
Yes, it's normally some of the earlier signs. They start out less vivid, though, nearly hearing things that aren't there, maybe seeing glimpses of things, but full manifestations like that. Well, at least you didn't get to the point where they could hurt you.
Oh, is that
The
so?
manifestations?
Tulpas?
So it can go that far?
That's when it gets
and how
very
far
bad.
can it go? How far can it really go, anyway?
We're not sure exactly ourselves. We don't normally let it get past that point.
And Imco remembers the monster that we fought. I think I can have a guess what happens if it reaches far enough.
Yeah, so we both could.
Joanna kind of like, there's a look at Joanna like, very, like a knowing look of like, she knows what you mean, but she's not going to say anything.
Yeah, I just like nod at her.
Nevertheless, you two should be fine now. Though it is intriguing.
What?
Yeah. What intriguing?
She's just kind of staring at both of you. Kind of like all of you. Your mental faculties are quite astounding.
Are what?
Oh. Really? Is that what do you mean? We're the only ones you know of that's like have their mental faculties intact? Why?
Considering what I imagine she looks at Casket, you saw. That's a much greater and normally longer affliction to its whispers. But it shouldn't have happened in that short of a time, but you also shouldn't have been as sane if that was the case.
So what's abnormal is the fact that we're not insane.
Yes, and that it attached to you so, well, so quickly, began trying to influence you so quickly.
Maybe it's because of how far ahead the infection was on the construct we were fighting.
Would it make sense if it was diluted?
Perhaps,
no, can't be.
But I don't think it was in this case.
That was a whole ass monster. Can't be. Or probably is. Who knows?
Nevertheless, you are fine now. Shannon looks.
For now.
Onto
For now.
She kind of looks. Yeah. As you know, we plan on pushing the Gilded Forges out of our territory tomorrow. If they do not leave.
Well,
do you?
Really now?
Yes. I want to
So
trust
what
that
do you
Harriet...
expect of us?
Well,
Yeah.
I have a few questions, I suppose. I imagine
Okay.
it's pretty obvious to tell that you are with the Guild Union, no doubt.
Well, that's obvious, of
You
course.
could say that.
Then, I imagine that they are in the area to act as a peacekeeping force as normal.
You catch on quick.
We've had our run-ins with the
Innocent.
Guild. We do not, she looks over at Nasili, despise your guild, but they are outsiders and we are unaccustomed to their ways in some cases, and very skeptical of outsiders at the moment.
Leery is
Understandable.
justified. Yeah, Leery being justified, of course.
However,
So are you asking us to not get ourselves involved while you drive out the invaders, or
Are you trying to tell us to kill them?
nothing of the sort. Though Titus is close to what I would be asking.
Oh, and why that?
We do not wish to make enemies of the guild.
Well, we don't want a war on our hands too.
So nods. Nasili kind of look. She crosses her arms and she kind of she leans back and says, "It would not be a war that they did not start. They've been invading this area for the last several weeks, or last few weeks at least."
to be fair, this conflict has been going on for longer than I've been alive. If you are going to do anything, give us time to get our bearings, find out more information, and then we will be out of your hair and you can do whatever you want.
Dragon, this is guild. Well, we have jurisdiction here, right?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, so
because technically, even Alto area is technically part of the consortium. They just have jurisdiction over Alto, or Alto Latel have the jurisdiction over their tribal lands. Yes.
Damn.
Okay. Damn.
Yes, the Alto Latel is still technically part of the consortium. So yes.
Okay, while Titus was talking to him, can I read the mood of everyone, especially
roll me a mood.
Nasili?
Especially Nasili? Yes, okay.
Yeah, while I was like,
yep, go ahead and roll mood. But Nasili will actually say kind of, as Titus, because you mentioned about wanting extra time to basically get your bearings and stuff. Says, and while you're getting your bearings, our people are still suffering from sickness and such from the smog they plume up. Joanna, are you really going to give them extra time? I thought you said you would only give them a day.
I don't know. No need to be rash.
Well,
we gotta find stuff, okay?
If a day is all you're willing to give them, then a day is all we. I just want to get down in the mines to figure out some extra stuff.
He just loves the mine. No, this guy. Yep.
At the very most, we need. Well, at the very least, we need to see.
Yeah, we need to find out what this the cause of the whispers are, and stop it. Okay. But stopping a civil war might be good too.
And to be honest, we are on
this
on
is
your
our
side,
jurisdiction.
kind of.
It's our job to keep the peace, as you say.
You can see there's a little bit of a grumble from Nasili, but she doesn't say anything. Joanna just kind of nods and she says, I'm aware that the guild technically has jurisdiction in these areas. And I am not one to start conflict unduly.
Of course.
And I will tell you, it's my intention to not involve us or to get in your way as much as we already have been.
Well, maybe.
I mean, we aren't really getting in their way. We are helping them. Right?
We are helping, but
we have
as far as like how far you guys are going to go in this pushing back of the miners,
It's kind of like as far as it takes.
As far as it takes.
Joanna's like Nasili.
Care to tell me about the mechs over there? The target?
Oh my. Really? really getting in there.
Titus's
Huh?
eyes just immediately bulge.
like, oh shit. Oh shit.
Yeah.
What?
Nasili kind of
She-
looks over. Very kind
she
of
is looking-
very like not angrily, even with your mood, it's just more of like a this short one's smart
she's-
kind of look. Like
Nicole's like looking straight at her, like, yes, you like to say something?
so we came prepared for all outcomes. So what of it?
All outcomes, or are you trying to start a war now? Look, I get it. You want them out of your hair fast as possible. But if you want to like end this as possible, you're gonna have to let us go. You have to let us go and talk to them, see what's up, and then they can probably leave. Okay? No need for unshed violence. And then she whispers like that the group here like, unless the fight begins anyways. Okay?
Lore, I think she'll probably speak up too, and she'll say, "We." She kind of looks at Nasili and she's like, "Mother, we did say that we would, if they were willing to reach out, that we would help them." She's like, "And help them how? Get out of our area?"
Listen to your daughter, okay?
Survive.
If it's your kid.
There wasn't much consideration for our survival years back.
Probably
Times
still won't be,
change.
but if you slaughter them all, there's gonna be even less. And then they'll retaliate.
Yeah. Yes.
It
And if-
won't be good.
Yes. And the guild will probably be involved.
Most likely get more involved than we
It
are.
won't be good. Okay. Yes.
Ioana
Hey,
kind of looks over.
You don't want that to happen, right?
A neutral side is needed in this conflict.
So let us negotiate before you do anything.
Indeed.
She looks over. You have not dealt with the consortium like we have. You don't know that
I've dealt with
tricks.
them enough. Trust me. I know how to deal with them.
And if they want to start a fight,
She kind of squints at
Then-
you a bit, Titus,
we
and looks you up and down for a second. She'd roll something.
can end it.
Oh God.
Let's see.
I'm gonna like
Well-
adjust my posture and just kind of like
Well, they haven't with us.
puff up
too.
my chest a little.
She sniffs the air a bit.
Uh-oh.
That's
Look,
I recognize
if they want
it.
to start a fight, we'll get
Memorem, aren't you?
Mm. Yeah.
And Garen, most
Nicole's
likely.
like
She looks
on
at
the
you.
side
Yeah.
and look at you like, what the fuck are you doing?
She kind of says, "There's a certain
what?
sense
Oh, God, what?
among many people that are from Memorem, though I can tell you have not been there in such a long. Well, you've been there recently."
Titus kind of points and palm of his fist.
What can I
But
say?
kinda
Consortium
holds
bombs have a
his
certain odor
hand
to
down.
them.
Yeah. Imiko's like tilting her head at Titus and then back to Joanna. Like,
Is someone knocking my door?
I'm not following. What's happening?
Don't worry about it.
I'm
Look,
not following.
Just
You
give
sure?
us
Because it sounds
a
like it's gonna be
couple
our
days.
problem. Yes. Probably 3-4 days tops.
And so they kind of looks over 3-4 days.
Yeah.
2. Do it in 2.
Yep.
You know, and I kind of looks over. I believe that will be adequate.
They'll stare at Titus. Are you sure about this?
I sigh.
Hello?
I'm gonna have to.
2 days, huh?
Imiko rolls an eye.
Negotiations do take a while.
Can I read her mood?
We got a time limit for this, girl.
Even with your yeah, go roll one. I was gonna say, even your pass, and it's
Okay.
not. You looking at Nasili's or Joanna?
Yeah. Wait. Which one's the mother?
Nasili. I mean silly.
Yeah, her.
Nasili helps, right?
Fuck me. 7.
She even with a 7, she's not the happiest at the moment. But
Yeah. Yeah. Oh no.
mm,
Go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, she's not the happiest at the moment. But yeah, go ahead.
Could I read her mood again? Or no, that's it. 'Cause if not,
I'd say No, probably not. Let's say for now, just with that.
Alright, so I'm gonna go and map out like the nearest like way to go to the camp where the miners are. Can I roll for something? Like tracking?
I mean, you know where they are. Like, remember you went to their place last time.
Yeah, we were there at the minor.
Yeah.
Oh right, I forgot.
I
It's
mean,
been
if
like
we
so long.
find, if we do find a reason to use the ecological defense clause, then I think we will be good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Dragon, can I
You
make a
remember?
perception check just in case?
Of course.
Hey, what checks are?
That's like our
Oh, wait.
ace.
Yes, you can.
Hmm.
That is the one thing we can
Okay.
use against them.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
The
Oh
yep.
shit.
The main thing is that you just needed a confirmation about Sorry about the feedback noise, but you needed a confirmation about this stuff having a negative effect on the environment, which you definitely have enough proof at the moment for at
Yeah,
least
we
to begin
We have a
definitely
lot
know.
of proof.
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely
So
enough
if
proof
we
for that.
use this,
we
if
have.
we use this, we won't even need 2 days, right?
Yeah, you at least have enough to start an
Yeah.
investigation, which is what you kind of wanted.
Dragon, do we have any
Yeah,
cameras?
that's all I wanted.
Like cameras, like to
Yeah.
take photos of.
Yeah, you
just
have
in case?
visualizer stones are what they're called. Yeah, they can. You can.
Okay.
You have some.
Good. Okay, so my question is, can I make a perception check just in case if unwanted attention is like
Oh, I see.
listening?
Just to make sure that there's no one around. It's, once again,
Yeah.
just roll a roll an inspection. Let's say.
Inspection.
As you're looking
Yes,
around.
I see.
Meanwhile, as the others were, continue talking.
Is Kaya near?
They are on. Remember, they're back at the camp. The only people, or not camp, back at your base. You could put them on call though if you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Right, because we do need Kaya for that, for all the legal stuff to be like
Yes.
put through, right?
Yep, you can
If
put
we
them
want
on
to
call.
use ecological defense clause, we have to have someone that knows it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Patricia would
So I
know that
vote
she'll
we
put
do
them on
that.
call if that's what you want.
Yeah, I vote we do that.
Alright, yeah, so they'll do that, and as she's doing that, Joanna will kind of look over at Stilly. Actually, it was Emiko that said it. Joanna will look over at you, Emiko, and say, "You mentioned armored knights or machines that we had already."
Indeed, I did. I saw it when we
Let's
came
see.
here to your little hut.
She kind of gives a Lore like a look, and Lore's like, like gives like a oh, like a. She's kind of.
Calm down, calm down.
She's kind of
Lord didn't do
sighs.
nothing. Lord didn't do nothing. I saw it first, okay?
She just kind of sighs and she says, "Yes, I guess it was on the way here, wasn't it?"
Indeed.
Who
So,
planned this
what
thing?
would- yeah. What is it for? Besides, third option.
Sorry, something loud slammed in the. Someone was going through my closet and something fell down in it.
Oh.
Anyways, alright, sorry about that interruption. Please repeat what you said.
Oh, I think Cass like talked.
Go ahead. What'd you say? I didn't hear you because of the loud sound.
I was just wondering who was like in charge of this idea, right?
Which I did.
Yes. And is it like a third option? The mech.
Joanna kind of looks over and will say, "It was a collective decision among the chieftains and their hands, or the sub-chiefs. So our decision, if that's what you are wondering."
Defending your
No.
land is understandable, but
Yes. However,
sacrificing your
I would
people
like
for
to...
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Silly kind of looks at
Yeah.
you when you say that, and she's like, don't tell us about sacrificing our people."
Imiko's
Well,
like
that is
got
more
like a
what war is.
calm down, okay? We're not trying to do anything rash, okay? Anyway, she talks to she looks at Joanna. So before we go, I want to see this mech you got under wraps. Can we please do that?
Gives you a
You're
look.
trying to see their mechs?
Hmm.
And then
Just in
Silly
case.
kind of looks over and she's like, why should we show you anything of ours here?
Because we haven't done anything to you, did we? She looks straight at
Silly.
Nisili, like Nisili. Yeah, she stares straight at her like, no, we have not done anything to you, and you will not see anything bad towards you. Okay?
Himiko is right. We are
Johanna
not
kind
against
of
you.
holds up a claw for a moment to like pause. She kind of says, perhaps an arrangement of sorts could be negotiated. You have
Oh.
something in your midst that we would like to know more about.
Now Imiko's like squinting at her. What?
She kind of looks over at Casket when she says this.
What?
No, absolutely not.
No.
Yeah, Imiko
Titus stands up.
slowly starts to get up, hand on the holster, like, what the fuck?
Silly
are you trying to do?
Silly looks over. We haven't even asked you what it was yet, and you're already this jumpy.
Yeah.
Well, that tells us one thing.
All I know
I
is that
think we
he's
know
a
just
weird
what you
look
want.
from you people ever since we stepped foot in this camp, and since we stepped foot in the last city. I'm whatever you guys want with Casket, you're not getting it.
They are very protective,
first-
but I would like to hear this.
But what? Yeah, what is it? Just in case. If it is what we think it is, then no, it's a hard no.
I can't
Miss
get
Silly-
dissected. If that's what you're asking.
Silly kind of looks over. She's like, "What do you think? What we would want to ask? I'm curious what you think of us."
Hmm.
Ooh. Oh, be careful of that. That is a trap question. That is a trap question. Be careful of that.
really
No,
is.
that's a trap question. Think about this.
She's
before
staring
you
you all
answer.
down when she asks that question. By the way.
Imiko's like staring straight at her, like she's unflinching. Like, no.
I'm not answering this. No.
Let me roll a glare just to see
Alright.
how.
And Silly and Emiko glaring at each other.
We don't
Let's
mean
see.
to come up as rude. They are just very protective.
Ooh,
Oh.
Emiko.
Wow.
You know, oh, very
Yeah,
nice.
Nasili and Emiko are having a stare down right now.
Roll me her right now.
I'll roll it.
Oh.
Ooh, she rolled not really good, even with her pluses.
What is this? What is this check again? What is this opposing check?
Back down, pussy.
Is that what
Is this a
you're
glare
saying?
check?
Fucking fuck down.
Is this a glare check off?
It is.
I think it is.
When you say that, there's kind of like a look, and she says, "Not really the
It's a
friendly
glare.
sorts that you try to act yourselves as, are you?"
Yeah.
She says something to you, Emiko. I guess technically everybody, but she's looking
Same
at you,
back
Emiko.
to you.
I don't
Yeah, so
believe
what's
there's
the
reason to
twist?
escalate anything.
Joanna kind of
Four.
looks over. Nasili, please.
Hmm.
And you
And
as
I will
well.
turn to Emiko.
She looks over at Emiko. Both of you calm down.
Hmm.
Regardless of what you might
So
think
as
of
long-
us, I can assure you we are not as
Okay.
backwater as the Consortium might make it seem like. We were not going to ask to dissect your
You said it,
sentinel friend here.
not us. I know.
You're right,
So,
but we can
Vasily,
pick up on
tell us
cues.
what-
We're not fools, and we've dealt with things like this for a long time. It would behoove you to think of us not in that way.
Alright.
I'm gonna turn
Not
to
thinking
Emiko.
of you guys.
Oh, yes.
I don't think we should be offending them.
Mm.
They are chieftains.
He's right on that. At
So?
least.
Let's see. He says, we
Himiko.
welcomed you in. We fixed your problem.
She's looking.
Yeah, they have been very kind.
I glare at
She's looking
Himiko.
straight at me for a few minutes. For a few
Enough.
minutes, like for a few seconds, and then she like eases up like with a sigh, like, "Fine, what's your offer? Make it quick."
Come on. Come on, man. They have been nothing but
I love
kind.
it.
I'm eating up. She's eating up. She's settling down, hands off the holster.
Joanna will look over
Fine.
and say, we simply had some questions for you.
Okay.
First of all, do you know what you have? That unit you piloted. When I saw you
Yes.
when you jumped out of the when you jumped out of that aircraft earlier. You were the
Oh, you
pilot
mean
of
the
that.
Court?
Yes.
The core. She looks at
Oh.
Tyrus.
So that's
I
what
know
you
the
call that
name.
unit, Quartz.
It is Vanguard Court, yes.
So you know the nomenclature around it then too.
You're talking about that thing inside the system, aren't you?
Hmm.
But don't say things they might not know yet.
She kind
They
of doesn't
won't
like
know.
chuckle when you say that, and she just kind of like alone. I can assure you, we do know some more things than you might think of the beastkin here.
I want to clear this up. We do not think lowly of you. Please.
No, we do not.
Silly looks
Just so
like,
as long as we.
like she's about to say something, and Joanna kind of raises an eyebrow, and she just kind of sighs.
She
But
looks
doesn't
at
say anything.
looks at her like.
She kind of looks over. Yes. Well, we will assume that some of you do not think that of us. We would hope that the rest of you
I don't
will come
believe
around
any
to
of-
that
Any of us does.
eventually.
No.
Well, only time will tell. Regardless, vanguards are something, we'll say, special to us. In the Alta that tells history, there's stories of valor and heart, abundant as the metal in our workshops.
Yeah.
However, a select few
You're
Alta that
thinking that-
tell. She kind of looks over.
Huh.
Oh, like, were you gonna say something, Emika?
Hmm.
Ah,
Oh yeah, like you're talking about the Vanguard, aren't you? The courts. It's one of
Yes.
yours, is it?
It's not one
It's
of
yours.
ours. If that's what you're wondering.
Oh yeah.
But its figure and form are almost, well,
Part
easily recognizable.
anyway.
Anyway, as I was saying, there are a select few Alta the Tell who remember the stories of their ancestors and the metal beast knights that they piloted. And in a time long ago where abominations and the whisperer's terror reigned across this land and others, the Alta the Tell people, of course, were threatened at that time. And there was said to be Alto who piloted these metal beasts, these knights. They would take the form of warriors and combat against the abhorrent creatures and the greedy tyrants which assaulted the Alto. They were few in number, but their prowess had even warded away the monsters whose forms of metal and madness even made the gods weary. Though their names were unique to each, the three knights bore a title, one passed down among those few Alto engineers who studied the ancient mechanical scribes. Vanguard. She kind of looks at you, Casket. You might not be piloting one of the sacred constructs from our time, from our past, but it is nonetheless the same type. The eyes, the shape of the V on the core. I can tell.
I see. I was not aware of this.
Yes, over the years, it looks like over the years, many foundries and groups have attempted to recreate these machines, or find them hidden across your car. Some, she kind of motions to you and your group casket, have had more success than others, it would seem. Creating a vanguard is not easy, which is why many throughout history and eras past have resorted to, well, often found them and restored them to a minor state at which their former glory once was. However, based on the design and look of the one that you seem to have, it's quite unique. Perhaps its core or its frame is of a specific era in the past. Nevertheless, the heart and core of Vanguard wears its signature in the face and the core, much like the stories of our history tell.
Right, so let me get this straight, like out of the game. They told us that they had questions and they told more than we knew?
Well, they were giving you information because they're going to ask questions now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was the preamble. She
I
says.
got that.
Yeah, okay.
I
Yes.
was just sitting there waiting.
The
I
first
am so
question.
sorry.
The first question she wants to know.
Came out swinging.
And you kind of answered one of them. Emiko did without noticing. But that's the system. You said what about the system? So that's one question they already had. That kind of confirmed also that it was a Vanguard. But she's gonna ask. Your Vanguard. You mentioned the special system. Has its capabilities been unlocked, awakened yet?
Not yet.
Well,
Eventually.
that has been a bit difficult.
We've been trying to get it out, but no dice.
She kind of looks, she kind of looks off in the distance, kind of where your ship is. She says, perhaps it is not ready to awaken yet. Nevertheless.
Yeah, probably in combat. Probably in combat.
Sure, we'll get a
Which
chance.
will probably be second. Indeed.
She looks over.
Hopefully.
Question number 2. If the guild has the guild, or I guess to confirm a suspicion of mine, did the guild make this one, or did they find it and repair it? Or restore it?
They found it.
Are we? Wait,
They
are
found
we?
it and-
Wait, before you answer, are we allowed to answer this?
Too late, Emika answered.
Jesus.
God damn it. I don't even know if we have permission. To
I like
say
the
what-
pilot of the unit's like,
I
actually,
don't
Emika-
think we did.
Did we
Oh,
have
no.
permission to
We
say
checked
this?
that back.
You did not have permission. Well, listen, you did not have permission. That doesn't mean you wouldn't have been given permission. You just did not get told permission. But
Yeah.
too late. Emika already said it. She
Damn.
kind of nods. There's like as you all kind of look and say that, she kind of there's like a chuckle, and Alyssa kind of says, "Oh, I see your hot-headed one spills information." And she gets that way.
Emiko, you want to just sit outside the tent?
I look at Emiko.
Joanna kind of
Yeah,
pulls up a claw.
Oh no.
No, I prefer
You know what- you
this
know what I'm
one. She is honest.
Would.
She kind of looks, and there's kind of a knowing, like, yes, I would actually.
No, we don't start fights.
No. I'm
Oh, Emiko, you're cutting out a lot.
thinking.
Emiko? There you are.
Above board, I think the bar.
I think the bot.
Yes, the bar. Yes, the bar was interesting quite a bit. I like the bar too.
Fire in my ball.
Well, Pepper.
Hello, man. The fuck? Sparkle? You know it was a sparkle.
No.
There you go. Wait,
There's so
Emiko,
much.
you're back.
Oh, what is
Alright.
that?
What were you saying, Emiko?
You were saying
Steady.
something
Oh no.
about a bar.
Yeah,
About a bar.
about a bar.
There was something about a bar.
About the the bar about the candle stuff that they gave to us to like to calm us down.
Oh yeah, what about it? Are you
Or
asking if it
something.
still affects? If that's what you're asking?
It probably like loosened their tongue up. That's why.
Yeah, I thought you were saying.
Yeah, it's the candle stuff, right?
Joking.
Joanna kind of just says, yes, it was the candle stuff.
This is above board.
Oh, above board. I thought you were saying that as Emiko. I apologize. Yes.
Oh my god.
I guess
Yeah.
candle stuff.
What's
Yeah.
next? The next
We checked
question.
that. We checked it.
I assume, based on the fact that you have an NLD installed into your body, that you are the pilots.
Whoa. When did I give this the information?
Johanna kind of looks over. She says,
Now it.
it wasn't any information you had to give. I can see your back.
Oh, damn. That is true. It does stick out,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
now it-
Well, if no one knows what it is, they would not know it from the rest of your frame. I assume that means that only one of you was compatible?
Yes and no.
So
There
another
were
one
a
of you
couple of
is.
us that didn't try it out.
Who would that be?
Why do you need to know?
Yeah.
A little
Why
less
do you
than
need
off.
Yeah,
No.
Johanna kind of looks over.
Little.
Pure curiosity on my part, I would not lie.
A little less standoffish. Little.
She did answer you, Titus. She said, just a curiosity of mine.
Yeah. Well, for
Yeah.
one, for starters, I didn't.
So it's one of
Not
you then.
entirely
She
sure
looks
who
over at the
else.
rest of you, Apani, Seiyun,
When?
Gwendolyn.
Yeah.
Yes.
What? One
I mean,
other
no one
person
said, no one came
compatible,
up to
but
say anything, so she's just looking at you guys.
One other person
Mm.
was compatible, but they decided not to go with the procedure.
Understandable.
Oh no, that was me.
It was Apani, but
Oh no, because I could have sworn I didn't do it either.
no. Apani
Oh,
had
but
the
I wasn't
higher had a
compatible.
higher compatibility.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Is Apani here? She might have fallen asleep.
Yeah, I think so. I think she's muted.
Is she muted? Yeah, she
No,
might be.
not. I can't see if she's
Uh,
muted.
Yeah, she's not muted.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Gwendolyn.
She's just dead.
She is dead. She's on the chair
Louis.
again.
Everybody's dead.
Nara. Yeah, they're asleep. That's alright.
All my friends are dead.
We kind of look over. But she kind of says, it was merely curiosity. You did not need to answer that question. The next question. More of a request, I should say.
And that is.
We would like to borrow some of your time.
For what?
The brow.
She's
like,
referring to
that
all
is
of us, or
Well,
some
all of you
us,
by
Captain.
extension, but by more importantly, we would like to see. Well, we would like to perform some tests with Casket.
There we go. Okay, there we go.
I knew it.
What kind of
See,
tests?
Nothing that would hurt him.
can I
Casket?
like make a mood check just
Yes,
to see if
you
they're
can.
lying or not?
If they're lying or not, yes, you can. We would like
I
to
don't
study
think
him,
they're
and
lying.
we would like to study him and his Vanguard unit.
I look at
If
Casket.
they're, like, hiding
It's your
shit.
call. Your body. You can do whatever you want with it. Don't want to?
She does not, based on what you can see,
Mhm.
Pepper, she does not seem to be, like, giving you the aura of someone that has something nefarious planned. She probably is speaking, at least to her best of her ability, truthfully, when she says she does not intend to, they do not intend to hurt him.
Yeah,
Right,
Imco like
well-
stared at her like for a full moment. Then she
In
looked, then she looked at
exchange,
Casket.
she kind of looks over. In exchange, we will answer information. She thinks, and she will actually say something else. No. We will work with you on developments and trade information in our developments in regards to Vanguard technology or Armored Knights.
She looks at
Give us a
Casket
moment to
kind of-
discuss this.
Feel free, she sits back.
No.
Nasili kind of looks over at they also start talking about something.
Okay.
Yeah, Imiko like.
So
stands
let's
up,
just all just huddle real
the
quick.
Yeah, everyone's huddling.
Okay.
Okay.
Dragon like.
Like I said, Casket,
so-
your decision.
Oh.
But do we really need them?
Right. Well, they seem to know a lot about Vanguard units. Therefore,
That's
their
true.
assistance would be quite.
However, I am not so sure of Miss Seeley over there.
I believe that is
trusting her
personal
word.
spite more than logic.
If she's like planning something, I don't know. The rest of them, they're okay. I don't know, loose cannon and stuff.
At the very most, you want to talk about loose cannon. At the very most, I don't necessarily trust that
She flicked
they
at her, it's like, what does that mean?
have your best interest in heart. I completely ignore her.
Yeah.
I don't think they have your best interest in heart. When
What does that mean? Also, am I cutting now, or am I like?
No, you're
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Brew kind of crosses his
Oof.
arms. He says, "Well, a request like that is something quite interesting, isn't it? It does make me wonder. Obviously, for that trade of information, there's something they're getting out of it. No doubt, information about
Obviously.
Vanguard units.
Yeah, though I do want to see what their mechs look like, just in case.
I would as well.
It is their past.
Yes, well, sometimes we have to find out what is their past.
They mentioned their Guardian. Well, they mentioned that there was 3 units in their past. I wonder what happened to them.
Probably the same old thing like
this stuff we could
civilization.
find out.
If we do work with them, I believe they will give that information.
Potentially.
That's for
I do
certain.
not-
She didn't look like she was lying.
Yes, I do
Yeah,
not
she-
have a
you're
problem
right,
with giving a
right.
bit of my time there.
Yeah. The Sealy, however, no.
As long as it's not
I
on
ain't touching
Sundays.
that.
My Sundays are pretty packed.
What the hell do you do on Sunday?
Yeah,
Gardening?
I'm packed on Saturday too. So,
Gardening.
It's like, well, he might not be lying. He does have a garden in this ship. Anyway, that's besides the point. Anyway,
yeah.
so what are we doing?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Casket,
I didn't
if you're for it, I think it could be fun.
Right, but I do have one little caveat.
Oh yeah, what do
What
we
would
want to do?
that be?
Someone has to
What would that-
feed the crickets.
Oh, shit.
Kimiko's got it.
I have an idea.
No, hey.
He's like, Bruce's like, I have an idea. So they want us to share information and such. How about we ask for one of them to come to us?
Actually,
Oh.
that's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Then I would be able to feed my crickets. Yes, I like this idea.
What?
Okay,
What do you?
I didn't think about it. You know what? Yep, exactly.
Ah, okay.
Turn around and
That-
walk back.
Yep.
Okay.
Right, that would also allow us to
Yes.
have
You
someone
wanna-
that they trust among us.
Yara
And
kind of looks over. Are you ready to answer? She kind of turns.
So,
What's
Cass,
better persuasion out of us?
Drink with us.
Is
You?
it- What is persuasion? Oh, I guess
There's
so,
different
huh?
types of persuasion. There's sympathy.
Oh, it's charm.
There's charm, and
It's
then
charm.
there's logic.
Go for
Okay.
Pepper, you were saying something I did not hear. You.
Yes, Pepper, you were saying something.
Oh shit. Yeah. See. Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we could.
Yep.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, yeah. Wi-Fi over here is like crapping out on me. Sorry.
That's alright. Wait, go ahead and say what you said.
That's all right. It was like, are you ready, like Cass?
Oh, like, are you ready to go? Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you
I'm
ready?
A-okay. Thumbs up.
We will allow you to test him under certain conditions.
The city's like,
And then-
study him in the units.
Buddy.
Johanna
Study.
says, yes, Sunny would probably be more apt. Apologies.
Uh-huh.
Allow you
So
to
it's
study
not
him
like-
under
Yeah.
certain conditions, and then I look at Cascade.
Yeah.
Yes. I have to be able to feed my crickets.
Yes.
Johanna kind of
And
looks
no
kind of
harm.
quizzically.
And
And second one,
And
no harm should be done to Cass and its crickets. Okay.
Yes. And Sundays are off because gardening.
okay,
Yes.
and
Johanna's just like nodding at each one.
What's so bad about the gardens? It is.
Yes. The way that this could be done is if you have some, or preferably one, of your people come with us and study the Vanguard unit along with me on the way.
Lord.
Is that what you say?
We
No? Is that what
also-
you say, Yumiko? Allure.
Yeah.
You said allure.
He said Allure. Allure's like, what? What's wrong? And she kind of looks. Joanna kind of thinks. And Silly has the look of like. She doesn't say anything yet, but there's kind of an apprehension, but there's a bit of like a tacit acceptance. Joanna says, I presume that would be your request. She looks over. Allure, would you accompany this group for our purposes of... She looks, sure, I guess. How long? She says, well, you've been saying you wanted to get out and explore the world, didn't you? No better time than the present. I'm sure your mother will have no issue with that. She kind of looks over at Nasili. Nasili looks... No, as long as it's helping our people, and that she looks over at all of you, is safe, then I will not have a problem with it.
But of course, the Shadow Guardians are known for our safety.
Indeed. Yeah, she grin.
Joanna says, just in case, once your unit is done being completed, please take it with you. Well, she kind of looks over. Will that be alright?
Yeah.
Understood.
Indeed it is.
Well, I guess we'll head to the mines now. Unless there's anything else you guys want to discuss.
No, I imagine that there is not, unless you have questions for us. But
I can save my questions for later. I have a job to do.
We have a job to do. What?
She kind of says, stop.
Hold that?
Her eyes kind of go like wide for a moment, and she like the sound.
What sound?
The silly kind of. There's a moment her ears flutter.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Actually, that's the funny
Can I
thing.
roll for something?
Casket, your crickets aren't with you if I remember correctly, right? They're in your room. Or did you?
No, they are. No, they're back home.
Okay, just making sure.
Very safe.
But it is funny that you say that because it's silent.
Tired?
Okay.
It's dead
Let's
silent.
Soul sensor.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll soul sensing.
Nasili grabs. You can see Nasili instantly grabs a weapon from the side.
Can I roll a
yeah,
check?
Yes.
Just don't even.
Awareness check?
Yes, you may roll an awareness. Dako, you rolled a soul sensing?
Yes, 13.
An awareness.
Yeah,
Imiko, your eyes snap the same way as Nasili's. As she grabs her weapon and immediately turns to a certain direction, you instinctively turn as well as your ears flutter and you hear it. It's like the sound of like the sound of something like shooting off, and then you hear several loud just explosions in the background.
We move now.
I grab my chain blades and just backwards fly out of the tent to see what's going on.
As you all walk out to see what's happening, there is several parts of the camp that have been just detonated with explosives, and Silly immediately as she runs out, she kind of says that smell. You could hear like growling, her eyes her purple eyes like flaring up and glowing. That smell. Consortium bombs.
What? Oh god.
As in the distance, you can see you can hear the sound of whirring and the sound of something moving in the distance. The footsteps of something heavy. Armored knights.
Oh damn. All right.
I radio I call on the team. I call on everyone.
Yeah.
I call back we're gonna need.
Latricia is already sprinting towards the ship as she says that. She says, I'll get the Omid Knights ready. Those are getting in. Those who have are ready to pilot, get in.
Dragon,
Yes.
Dragon,
Japanese infantry,
can I
move,
see?
move.
Can
What
I
was-
see where the mechs are? The
Yes,
enemy
I will
ones?
actually pull you to the map so you can see what is kind of happening. Actually, if I can.
And before we do it, can I see the make and the model of it just to see if it matches the one
Yes.
we saw?
Yes, good on you for saying that.
I know.
Yep.
I know those.
They
fucking
are
idiots
the
are not
units you
bad.
saw that were with Jacob that were pointing guns. Though the
Is
color
that
is
fucking
different. Even though it's
Oh.
evening time and it's kind of getting close to night, you can still see the color in the distance as the firelight is still there.
Oh,
It's
is it?
they're not blue and silver and gray anymore. They're red and yellow.
It can't be them, can it?
They
Can I
are the
roll
same
an awareness
model,
check?
but you're not sure.
Oh.
Whoa, 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 whoa! What? Wait, what are those?
What are those?
All right, I think you
Those
guys should
look
have
What's
moved.
happening?
Wake up.
I do
Bonnie,
like.
wake up.
Where's our ship? Wait, where's our ship?
Your ship. You see where the mechs are?
Oh, okay.
That's also not where you guys are. You guys, I put you there initially, but you guys will be
Okay.
out
Okay.
there. Also, we will be closing. We'll be ending the session here in a moment, but still gonna start you off.
Ooh.
I know, cliffhanger, but
Where's quartz?
the
I need
combat.
quartz right now.
So
I'm pulling it
close.
out. I'm pulling it out.
So close. The combat.
Okay.
The fabled
Sorry, I
combat.
was AF's or whatever. What the hell happened? What did I miss?
Nothing much. Basically, you were you have walked out of the tent. I would need to put all of you where.
Interesting. The quartz is a very interesting name.
I like this map.
It is
It's
very
pretty
much
neat looking.
ridgy and like hilly. You can see the mess.
Wait.
This is not all of the camp, but this is just a section of the camp that's right in front of you.
That did
yeah.
look like a pearl, but with different colors.
Yep, that's the quartz.
I don't see the quartz anymore.
Do you not? Oh
Uh,
wait, do you not see something right here?
Nope. I did see it and then
Where?
it disappeared.
One moment. Also, the name is not right. One
Wait,
moment.
where is it?
Yep, it had pearl. core on
Oh,
it.
I see. What
There
the
it
fuck?
is.
Wait, why is
Oh.
that happening? Also, it's referenced wrong. Let me fix that real quick.
Wow.
Yes, it is referenced as pearl core.
Yeah, I will fix that.
Weird. Okay. So we roll initiative.
Yes, we will roll initiative closing out tonight. Just want to make sure this is working. Okay.
Yeah, just to check. If not, okay, hold on.
So, interestingly enough, when I put some things on the map, it doubles them up.
Again.
Yep. So that is very
The
odd.
map gobbles it?
Yeah, it doubles it. So let me send you I'm gonna
Oh,
snip it
doubles.
real quick what I see on my map.
Quartz core?
This is what I see. I'll put this in the game, please. Work? Gaming chat? Okay, whatever. I'm putting it in story discussion. It looks like this.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
So
That'd
every
be
time
terrifying.
I put a unit on, it doubles it up. So what I think I just need to do is refresh the page, and I think it
Yeah.
will fix itself. I don't know why this is happening. This hasn't happened before.
Oh, it has happened to me before.
Oh, has it? Okay, this hasn't happened to me
wow.
with
Yeah.
Jump Gate yet. So I'm wondering if this is like a new bug or something.
Maybe. It has happened to me a while ago.
Interesting. There's lines on the map. Delete those.
Lines?
Yeah, someone drew lines on accident, I think.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's
I
right.
think can't use the map for this. My
This is a
phone's like,
big map.
Ah, yes. This
Yeah.
is a big map. So
yeah, my
This is a
phone's
very
like,
big
"Oh,
map.
What is this?
And you said this isn't even all of the camp?
yes, this is not all the camp. This
Uh.
is just the section you were fighting on.
That's
Dragon,
great.
reminder.
Yes.
My phone can handle this, so I have to use the streams like stream.
Yes, the stream. Yep.
Unfortunately.
But we will doing that next session. But yes, what you'll get is a description first. So
All right, let's go.
as you all exit the this is the main kind of chieftain area right here. It's like still built up right now.
Yeah.
You can see that there are several machines encroaching from up the hill. They seem to be climbing and boosting up the ridges. One of them
Fuck
is
us.
just opening fire into the camp. You can hear the sound of some people screaming and some people like grabbing weapons and such. You can hear the sound of some stuff further on. It looks like something. So where the section of the camp is, you guys see right in front of you. That's like the entrance section where you guys were. Further off, like kind of off in the distance, past that clearing where your mechs are sitting there, would have been where like you see the tents of the other mechs and stuff. And then further on is like kind of where like more parts of the encampment are. But you can see they're also burning as well. It seems like they might have fired something like some type of mortar or something in the distance to hit parts of the camp and the back.
Oh, they know.
Mm-hmm.
They knew.
Also, I wish I had a thing. I could probably put something here, but this watchtower that's at the south section where you can see an armored knight is currently just getting absolutely demolished right now by that armored knight.
Wow.
Sir, the second
Oh,
tower
let
has
me
been hit.
allow me.
They hit the second time. Turn
Um,
on the TV.
Nastili has, I will say, as you see her, Nastili has the look of like blood frenzy on her eye, in her eyes. Her growl, everything about her posture just screams kill. Johanna is looking quite like upset, and you can see like this. There's like this emanating heat beginning to billow around her, and she says, she looks over and she says, "Nastili, we must." She says, "I understand what you want to do at the moment, but we need to make sure that our people are safe first and foremost." And she looks over.
We can.
And she looks over at you all.
The guild
We
supports
just sent
violence
for
now.
reinforcements.
Yeah.
We just sent for reinforcements.
You'll
They'll be on their
violence
way.
on.
And she,
Don't worry, we
support-
will help you.
Kill
The
or
guild
fucking
supports
capture.
self-defense.
Kill or capture.
Joanna, Nastili kind of looks over, and you can see just kind of huffing like.
Self-defense is justified.
Yep.
Joanna
That is
says,
indeed.
"Leave one of them alive. I want to know why they're here."
Capture the leader. At the
Capture
very
the flag.
least. Kill everyone else.
Yes, sir.
She kind of looks over. Aloha, get to your units. She says, "She's like, I don't believe it's ready. See if they can hurry it up then. Until then, the rest of you."
Ask it, go with her.
Oh.
Latricia will look over and say, "The ship should be parked nearby. The ship should be parked nearby, and that's where your mechs are. You see."
Can I ask Joanna, how many people are here in this encampment?
In the front where X section or the total encampment?
The total encampment.
Probably not more than maybe 300 or so. Probably less than 300.
Latricia, how much space can you like fit in there?
She kind of says, "Into the ship. We're talking about just normal. If we're just talking about fitting people in, I don't know if we can fit that many in, but we can fit as many as we can."
Alright. I'm gonna go and Tyrus, can you get the people safe or no?
Yeah, that's about the most I can do aside from take any foot soldiers and not getting next.
Mm-hmm. Alright. You go the other way, I go the other way to get more.
Yep. I head towards the town. Can I move myself?
We'll go ahead and write down what you're gonna
Or
do.
you want to do?
We'll do that next session though. But
okay then.
yes. So
Wait, who am I following again?
So Latricia said that she was going to get the mechs ready. Like basically the mechs are ready, but you need to get to them if you want to use them.
Yeah.
These are the ones basically. If you remember what happened when you guys went to go get Joanna, basically some of the mechs were piloted as you guys dropped down. Those are the mechs there that you did. So those are why they're not in the ship. You guys basically would have landed and walked. So they're warmed up and ready. They just need you to get there to pilot them. Latricia is heading over that direction.
Yeah, you, Casket, are going with Allura.
Yeah.
Yes, Allura and you are going the same way. Yes.
Right?
Yes, you guys, your mechs are nearby each other. So yes.
Above board, it can't be this simple. Can't be just them.
No, this is This
Yeah,
is
no, I can steamroll through these motherfuckers.
Yeah, do so, man.
Don't
At
forget
least
your
one.
What just
manual.
happened?
Whoever is piloting the units, don't forget. Seiyun, Casket. Remember what your units have. Something very useful.
Ah, yeah, it's a shield, right?
Hmm.
Uh,
Who else?
Yeah,
So
I
yeah,
just
so right now we
scared a little.
have. So Brew is going to a mech. Who else is going? Casket, you're going to a mech. Who else? Anyone else? You don't have to use them all. I'm just wondering.
I'm just like hiding people
What was the
towards
question?
Is anyone
Hmm.
else going to a mech? We got a Pawnee, Gwendolyn. I think they're both asleep, so we'll probably
no.
ask them next
No.
session. But
They probably sleep. So
yeah, Seiyun, what are you doing? I know you're awake. Let me see.
Nick.
Oh, he's deafened and muted. Never mind.
Cannot
damn.
do combat maneuvers with mechs though.
Yes,
you?
you can actually.
Oh.
Not all of them,
Yes?
but yes, there are some you can.
Really?
Yep.
This
Damn,
was
where's
a
my
joke.
mech?
No, yeah, you can. There is a
That's a
list of
fucking joke.
maneuvers that mechs can do. It's not currently
Actually.
available, but I will have it available soon. That gives me something to make sure to have ready soon.
Nice.
What about
Okay.
the ones that I got earlier? The ones with
No,
bullets?
those cannot work.
Damn.
Yeah,
Not yet,
this
at
looks
least.
like a good time for that thing inside your systems to break out.
You're about to find
want me to-
something very fun. Also, I think that the units are all named wrong. I'm gonna have to fix that next session. That's all right. But
Nice.
Huh? I mean, the vigilance seems.
or not. Sorry,
correct.
not named wrong. Sorry, their stats are wrong. I believe.
Oh
health
yeah,
and stuff.
they are all the same.
Yeah, they're all the
Yeah.
same. They should not be.
Server connection has been interrupted.
I can't pull out the planet system on them. They aren't the MA things.
You're gonna find something very interesting about your Vanguard. Something very, very potent. The reason why these units are fabled in the Altos history and lore, and some others as well. You
Well,
know
I'm gonna dunk on these haters.
Yeah, dunk on them, boy. Dunk on them hard.
when you find out, you're
literally.
gonna be. I think it's going to be a bit of a we'll say a power craze when you find out.
Yeah. Also,
Oh, wow.
those mechs. That's like attacking. That can't be them. That
It
possibly
is the
can't be
same
them.
model.
Can't
Yeah,
be who
who-
exactly?
The guys that
The
you
guy-
saw earlier, because they're the same modeled
Yeah.
units that you saw earlier. Their equipment's a little bit different, but
Unless I see that little bitch Jacob, then yeah, it's him I want to capture.
It's likely
Get-
that
get
it's
him.
them.
Did they paint
But
their shit
this
though?
also could be something
Or-
else.
I mean,
Yeah,
maybe
could
they
be
did.
someone else.
Maybe they did.
Did they put in the
I guess
color
we'll just
code?
find out.
It is
Find out
funny.
next time on Dragon Z.
I mean,
That's
yeah,
nice
that's
movement.
funny because
Is it
you
me?
don't. I
'Cause
don't
can
think
see-
you know what the color of the one of that group is. So yeah, it's funny.
Wait,
Oh yeah.
it can't be them.
Oh my god! McDonald's!
Yep.
Yeah, that's the
exactly.
joke. That is a funny
Oh,
joke, but that's
no.
not the group I was talking about. But no, that is when I was talking to the artist about the color shading on it, I said this is the McDonald's version of this mech.
Oh, I know who the
War
McDonald's
cry.
people are.
Off-brand McDonald's for copyright reasons.
Oh my god, I know who
Dick
McDonald's
Donald?
people
Oh, wait a
are.
minute.
I think I
Is
know
it
who the
War
McDonald's
Cry?
people
I'm
are.
loving it.
Who
right
do you
now.
think
still
they are?
recording?
Casket. Yeah, we are.
Oh
Okay.
no.
Who do you think they are,
God, Dick
Casket?
Donalds.
Wait,
Cut this out.
I knew. Wait, no, wait. It is 4 a.m. Give me a moment. My brain needs processing.
Mm.
Did you write it?
Need some RAM. No, we were just talking about it casually.
You were.
Oh.
Yes. This was one of them casual convos, and wasn't in text either, so it was not.
Nope.
No, I
it
have no
was-
proof. I have no proof.
No proof.
I don't have proof. Damn.
All
I
I'll
got
say is
caught
this.
lacking.
Here's your hint. All of you have heard the name of who the color scheme of this faction belongs to.
Gilded fucking Forges. I knew it. I knew it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Not
Oh.
maybe. Do not fuck with me, Dragon. I
Maybe.
know this is
Wait a
Gilded
minute.
Forges.
It's them. It's them. It's time to kill Casket.
Well,
It's time to kill
we'll
Casket.
find out the answer
No.
in the next session. Thank
Next
you all
time,
for watching.
Dragon Ball Z.
Yep.
Murder.
We will begin next session with a bang, quite literally.
Ah,
Yeah.
I do believe I have rockets.
You do. Oh, you have
Yeah.
more than rockets, I assure you.
I think you have a
All right,
laser
see you
sword.
all next session. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.